Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the FUNimation dub of episode 113 of Dragonball Super. We begin this episode with the scene that ended the previous episode. More specifically, it's the scene where Caulifla knocks 3 fighters from the Universe 3 team to different parts of the arena before these 3 fighters can attack Goku. Goku thanks Caulifla for her help. Caulifla says that her stamina has been fully restored thanks to Kaba, and then Caulifla transforms to Super Saiyan 2, challenging Goku to a rematch. We see that Kale is watching Caulifla talk to Goku nearby, and Caulifla says that she shouldn't have let Hit and Kaba be eliminated from the Tournament of Power. Caulifla also says that she needs to become more powerful to win the tournament and fight on behalf of her teammates that have been eliminated from the tournament so far. So Caulifla requests that Goku teach her how to unlock Super Saiyan 3. Goku accepts the rematch and admits that he can't transform just yet, since his stamina still hasn't been fully restored after his fight with Jiren. But Goku says that he will be able to ease into transforming while the fight goes on. Caulifla thinks that Goku is being overconfident, or at least her response gives that impression, and Krillin is concerned about Goku fighting when his stamina hasn't been fully restored yet. Champa thinks that this is a chance to eliminate Goku from the tournament while he's still exhausted, much to Beerus's anger. Beerus points out that Goku is the only one who has a chance at defeating Jiren, but Champa responds by bringing up that a team can also win the Tournament of Power by having the most fighters still participating in the tournament when the time limit runs out. Vados admits that she's surprised by Champa acting rather strategical and calm. So the rematch between Goku and Caulifla begins, and Caulifla proceeds to attack Goku while Goku takes a defensive strategy. Goku manages to avoid being hit, and Goku also manages to land his own attacks, which surprises Champa. Whis points out that Goku is a martial artist, while Caulifla is a street brawler, and Whis comments along the lines about how martial arts involves applying strategies, while street brawling is just brute forcing one's way through something. Beerus then taunts Champa by saying something along the lines about how Goku is in a different class compared to Caulifla, and Champa urges Caulifla to retreat, but Caulifla is adamant about continuing the fight with Goku. Caulifla adapts to the fight with Goku, and eventually Goku uses the afterimage technique to gain the upper hand. Caulifla thinks the afterimage technique is a cheap trick, and Goku responds by saying something along the lines about how Caulifla won't be able to unlock Super Saiyan 3 if she can't overcome the afterimage technique. We then see Goku teleporting at a rapid pace for a while, and then we see Caulifla continuing to adapt to the fight with Goku. Whis says something along the lines about how Caulifla has great potential, and fighting Goku is allowing that potential to be unlocked at a gradual pace. Caulifla then encourages Goku to transform, and Goku thinks that he has recovered enough stamina to transform by now, so Goku transforms to Super Saiyan 2. Caulifla encourages Goku to transform to Super Saiyan 3, but Goku admits that his stamina hasn't been restored enough for him to transform to Super Saiyan 3 just yet. So the fight continues with Goku now in Super Saiyan 2 form, and Caulifla is initially surprised by how different Goku's Super Saiyan 2 power is from her own Super Saiyan 2 power, but Caulifla then manages to launch an attack called the Crush Cannon, and Goku admits that the Crush Cannon caught him by surprise. Goku and Caulifla then talk about how they're ready to begin the next round of the rematch. And shortly after that, the next round of this rematch begins. The Omni Kings are very excited about the fight between Goku and Caulifla. Goku compliments Caulifla for being a quick learner with regards to controlling the Super Saiyan 2 power, and Caulifla responds by saying that she is still determined to unlock Super Saiyan 3. Goku responds by saying that there's still more of his power that he has yet to show. We then see that several characters, both in the arena and in the spectator seats, are noticing that the fight between Goku and Caulifla is becoming more intense. Kale mentions that Caulifla is enjoying this fight. Or yes, Kale comments to herself about how Caulifla is enjoying this fight. Goku compliments Caulifla for the progress on how powerful she has become, and Goku also says that he wouldn't be surprised if Caulifla were to unlock forms beyond Super Saiyan 3 at a later point in time. Goku then encourages Kale to join the fight, and Caulifla also encourages Kale to join the fight, saying that Kale and herself, Caulifla, can both unlock the Super Saiyan 3 form together. Beerus is frustrated by this, while Champa is delighted by this. Caulifla encourages Kale to go all out and not hold back for her, Caulifla's sake. So Kale transforms to Super Saiyan 1 and joins Caulifla in attacking Goku. Shin comments along the lines about how he thinks it was foolish of Goku to fight two Saiyans without his stamina being fully restored. And Krillin admits that Goku is the sort of person who improves themselves by pushing themselves to their limits, or at least that's along the lines of what Krillin says anyway. Champa continues to cheer Caulifla and Kale on to defeat Goku, and also comments about how they have the advantage in this 2-on-1 fight. Goku manages to hold his own against Caulifla and Kale, even though his stamina hasn't been fully restored yet, and Master Roshi wonders if Goku has reactivated Autonomous Ultra Instinct, or Ultra Instinct for short. But Whis says that isn't the case. Whis says that even destroyers have a hard time achieving Ultra Instinct. Whis then mentions that Caulifla and Kale's attacks are sharpening Goku's senses, or at least that's along the lines of what Whis says. Eventually, Caulifla and Kale both launch energy blasts at the same time towards Goku, but Goku is able to stop these energy blasts and he transforms to Super Saiyan 3. Goku thanks Caulifla and Kale, saying that the power he's feeling right now is a result of his fight with Caulifla and Kale. Caulifla and Kale then realize that the form Goku is in right now is Super Saiyan 3, and they're both amazed by the power of Super Saiyan 3. Goku then changes back to Super Saiyan 2 and admits that he doesn't have enough stamina to maintain the Super Saiyan 3 form for very long. Caulifla says that seeing Super Saiyan 3 with her own eyes has increased her motivation to unlock Super Saiyan 3 with Kale, and Kale is motivated to become more powerful alongside Caulifla. Kale then transforms to Super Saiyan Berserk. The narrator reveals that 22 minutes are left in the Tournament of Power, and that is how we end this episode. So this episode marks the start of the rematch between Goku and Caulifla. When Goku and Caulifla last crossed paths in a previous episode, before they went off to different parts of the arena in this other episode, or this past episode, Goku and Caulifla's comments or conversation to each other indicated that they knew a rematch was coming up eventually. And yes, that rematch has started in this episode. And I did like how this episode did show us some insightful moments. One of these examples is the character development that Caulifla underwent. Caulifla has undergone some character development. When Caulifla first appeared earlier on in the Universe Survival Saga during the Recruitment Sub-Saga, Caulifla was initially dismissive about participating in the Tournament of Power, even being warned that the universes that lose the Tournament of Power would be erased from existence wasn't enough to convince Caulifla to join the Tournament of Power. So seeing Caulifla show concern for her universe and her teammates in this episode was very heartwarming, in light of how she initially acted rather dismissive. Yes, we see how Caulifla is motivated to win the Tournament of Power, or yes, Caulifla is motivated to become more powerful, not just to win the tournament, but also to fight on the behalf of her teammates that have been eliminated from the tournament so far. So, yeah, that's very different from the character who initially acted dismissive towards the tournament, even after being told that losing the tournament meant being erased from existence. So seeing Caulifla have that character development was very heartwarming. And some fans would also say that Caulifla requesting Goku to teach her how to unlock Super Saiyan 3 was also heartwarming in the sense that Caulifla thinks of Goku as a mentor. Or yes, some fans say that you could interpret Caulifla's request to Goku to teach her how to unlock Super Saiyan 3 was not just because of, not just for the sake of her universe and her teammates, but also because she has come to respect Goku as a mentor. And I'm inclined to agree with those fans. I do think that Caulifla does respect Goku as a mentor, and I do think that is pretty heartwarming how, yes, I do think the mentor and apprentice bond between Goku and Caulifla is very heartwarming, just like how I think it's heartwarming that Caulifla is showing concern for her universe and her teammates. And you could also say that it was heartwarming on Goku's part that he was willing to teach Caulifla the Super Saiyan 3 form. And some fans, though, similar to how Vegeta saved Kappa, yes, some fans would consider Goku agreeing to teach Caulifla how to transform. Or yes, some fans would say that Goku agreeing to teach Caulifla how to unlock Super Saiyan 3 was similar to Vegeta saving Kappa, in the sense that they were both heartwarming but also examples of honor before reason, because they're on different teams and only one of the universes participating in the universe, only one of the universes participating in the tournament will survive the tournament. So yeah, I can see how, like Vegeta saving Kappa, Goku teaching Caulifla how to unlock Super Saiyan 3 could be considered an example of honor before reason, while also being heartwarming at the same time. And some other insightful moments for this episode were showing how Goku is able to hold his own even when he's at a disadvantage. Like it's been brought up throughout the course of the episode, Goku's stamina hasn't been fully restored after his fight with Jiren. So Goku was at a disadvantage during this fight, especially once Kale joined the fight. Goku was at a disadvantage when he fought Caulifla here, and he was at a disadvantage when Kale joined Caulifla in fighting Goku. But Goku was still able to hold his own because of his skill and strategy. And this goes along with what Whis mentioned. Whis mentioned that Goku is a martial artist, while Caulifla is a street brawler. And Whis does have a good point about how martial arts involves using strategy and skill, while street brawling is just brute forcing your way through something, or brute forcing your way through a fight. So yeah, I did think that was a cool moment. I did like how this episode did show that even though Goku doesn't have his full power available right now, he still does have certain circumstances or certain elements in his favor because he's very skilled and strategic when it comes to martial arts. So I did think that was a cool moment, highlighting the importance of skill and strategy and how Goku is still a martial artist at heart. And yes, while Whis did acknowledge that Caulifla was more like a street brawler, Whis did also acknowledge that Caulifla quickly adapted to the fight with Goku. And yes, I would say that, just like how I think Goku applying skill and strategy, even though he was at a disadvantage with being exhausted, was a good moment, I do think it was also a good moment how this episode showed that Caulifla is a prodigy. Caulifla's older brother Renzo had brought up to Kappa that Caulifla is a prodigy with great potential, and seeing Caulifla adapt to the fight with Goku very quickly was a great way to highlight how Caulifla is a prodigy. So I think this episode did well at highlighting different characteristics for not just Goku, but Caulifla too. And I also liked how this episode showed more of the Super Saiyan 2 form. For most of Super Saiyan, lately, at least in Dragon Ball Super, I would say Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan Blue are probably the Super Saiyan forms that seem to receive the most attention. For Dragon Ball Super, I would say Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan Blue are the Super Saiyan forms that tend to receive the most attention. So I do appreciate when other Super Saiyan forms, besides Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan Blue, receive some attention in Dragon Ball Super. Like, I did like how Super Saiyan God made a return a few episodes ago, and I do like how Super Saiyan 2 has been receiving a bit of attention. And Super Saiyan 2 also did receive a bit of attention when Goku and Caulifla first fought each other earlier on in the tournament. So, yeah, it was nice to see Super Saiyan 2 receive some more attention, and I did like that we got to see Super Saiyan 3 again, even though it was only brief. And I do hope that Super Saiyan 3 does get to return in a more prevalent role. I do think that Super Saiyan 3 is a Super Saiyan form that tends to be ignored more often than not. I would say Super Saiyan 3 is a form that seems to have more rare appearances. I would say Super Saiyan 3, I would argue that Super Saiyan 3 has rarer appearances compared to Super Saiyan 2. So I did like seeing Super Saiyan 3 again, even though it was only brief, and I would hope that Super Saiyan 3 could return in a more prevalent role in the future. Caulifla's motivation to unlock the Super Saiyan 3 form does give me hope to see Super Saiyan 3 in a more prevalent role in the future, and I would definitely be on board with that. I think Super Saiyan 3 is a pretty cool design. Yeah, I think the Super Saiyan 3 form has a pretty cool design, and I do think that the Super Saiyan 3 form does seem to get ignored quite a bit, especially when compared to other Super Saiyan forms. So I would definitely be on board with Super Saiyan 3 gaining a more prevalent role in the future. But I suppose all we can do is just wait and see what unfolds in the franchise's future. So, yes, while we do get to see Super Saiyan 2 in a prevalent role, and we do get to see a little bit of Super Saiyan 3, we also, like it was mentioned in the recap, Kale does eventually join the fight. Kale eventually joins in on the fight and helps Caulifla fight Goku. And I did like that we got to see more of Kale fighting, and we do get to see more of Kale in a Super Saiyan form that isn't Super Saiyan Berserk. We did see Kale in the Super Saiyan 1 form before in an earlier episode, but we do get to see more of Kale in Super Saiyan 1 form in this episode, and I did like that we got to see Kale fight in a Super Saiyan form besides Super Saiyan Berserk. But speaking of Super Saiyan Berserk, Kale does transform into Super Saiyan Berserk again by the end of this episode, and taking into account how Kale acted when she was in the Super Saiyan Berserk form beforehand, it does make the ending rather intense, or it does make for a rather intense cliffhanger, because Super Saiyan Berserk lives up to the Berserk part of the name, to say the least. So obviously those who have watched the sub version or have read up on what happens in future episodes will know what happens with Kale back in the Super Saiyan Berserk form. But for the sake of the dub-only viewers, we won't say that right here. We'll be patient and see what unfolds in the next episode once that airs on Toonami. So otherwise, I'd say that's about it for this particular episode. So to summarize, I did like how this episode showed some character development on Caulifla's part, and I did like how this episode also highlighted important characteristics about Goku and Caulifla. Goku still being a martial artist and using that to his advantage, even though his full power isn't available, and how Caulifla is a prodigy and her potential is being unlocked at a gradual pace with the way how she's adapting to her fight with Goku. I did like seeing more of Kale fighting, and I like seeing Super Saiyan 2 in a more prevalent role, and seeing Super Saiyan 3 again was nice, if brief, and I'm hopeful that Super Saiyan 3 will return in a more prevalent role in the future. But otherwise, I would say that's it for this episode. So as of this video, we've now discussed the Funimation dub of episode 113 of Dragon Ball Super on this channel. Take care, and until next time.